Fuller coming to you with another video. Shout out to the whole LDBC. So in this video, man, I kind of want to talk about the recent call out from Julian J-Roc Williams to Errol Spence. Now, you know, I want to say that initially, what it seemed like is that Julian J-Roc Williams, you know, he was calling out Canelo, but I mean, what else is new? I mean, at this point in time, everybody calls out Canelo. That's just the bottom line. I mean, people who are like in basically like different weight classes still mention Canelo's name. You know what I mean? But, J-Roc said, that fight would have happened due to politics. And I mean, he's absolutely right. I mean, let's face it. One moment we're talking about Canelo fighting Derevyanchenko. The next moment we're talking about Canelo fighting, Kovalev. You just never know, And so with that being said, chances are you're not going to really, you can kiss that fight goodbye, Now, what I want to say is that, the fact of the matter is, he mentioned Errol Spence, that's the fight he mentioned that he would be possibly interested in, after he gets done fighting Showtime Sean Porter. Now, what I will say about that is that, the response was pretty much like, Errol Spence said that, he's cool with the fight, But at the end of the day, though, man, I'm going to be honest. Like, that would probably be one of the toughest fights that Errol Spence can take, because, like, if you think about that matchup, I mean, they're not that much taller than one another. J-Roc is like 5'10". Errol Spence is like 5'9". J-Roc can box, That's the thing about J-Roc. He can box. J-Roc can also like fight too, What I mean by fight, I mean brawl. But so can Errol Spence, But at the way I look at that fight, man, that J-Roc's a dog, man. He's been in there with some guys, man. I mean, and one fight that shows that is that Jarrett Hurd fight, man. Like, he wasn't expected to win that fight, but he went in there and he was a dog, man. And he just really basically did his thing. What I will say about that fight, man, is that, perhaps down the line, that fight is something that could be made because, maybe J-Roc can, after this rematch with Hurd, he can go get another belt and make the fight even bigger, because there was talks about him fighting Tony Harrison. They talked about it. Tony Harrison, he injured himself. So, the rematch with Jamel Charlo is postponed due to the injury, you know what I mean? So, with that being said, if J-Roc were to get the winner of that fight and he was successful at that fight, then that would lead to even more higher stakes, if Errol Spence did decide to move up and take it, Yeah, man. I would I would favor still Earl Spence, but what would have to be seen is if the power is going to transfer up there. Like if um if Earl Spence's power is going to stay, and then probably what Earl Spence would probably want to do first is he will probably want to take a fight where he can just get accustomed to that weight class, and then after that he'll be ready to challenge all fades. And then once he does that, there's no telling what will happen. And, then that could be some kind of potential that may be able to be a fight made down the line, you know. But yeah, man, it was random from J-Roc, man. I was really not expecting him to hit, you know, basically hit Errol Spence up like that, man. You know, I mean, trying to think like how that fight would go down. That would be a pretty entertaining fight if that fight were to happen. But let's just see what each look like against their respective opponents coming to them. Like, let's see what Errol Spence looks like fighting Sean Porter. And yes, I'm going to be in the building of that fight. Please believe it. And let's see what J-Roc looks like in the rematch versus Jarrett Hurd, since Jarrett Hurd is set on that, having that rematch. Yearbeats.com. But anyhow, man, I just wanted to make this short video about this news. This news was like just broke out to me basically. I was just thinking like how that fight would go down, and yeah, man. Anyhow, man, that's all I got. Fuller signing out. J-Roc, man.